Hello friends, welcome back to another video. So in this video we are going to be taking a look at a basic structure of a Go program, and we will discuss how to add comments, what are the things that you need to remember while coding a Go program, like where to put semicolons, how to declare a function, and things like that. So let's get started. So over here I am showing you this over play.golang.org. It is an online compiler that is provided by golang.org official website, and this is a Go playground where you can just simply, if you're making an application and want to integrate some code into that application, you can just simply run that piece of code over here and see what is the output and how it will integrate into your application or product. So this is a really easy place to get started learning Go language, and without installing the compiler on your system and going through any errors and that you might end up getting. So from in order to avoid all those errors and time wasting, you can just go over to play.golang.org and get started with coding and learning Go language. So let's take a look at what are the main components of a Go program. So first of all, there on the first line of any program, there will be a declaration for the package. Like uh, if you are familiar with coding and developing an application, you know that there are multiple different packages that are within a single program. So over here, this line just defines that the code below is a part of this package, and that should be there in order to identify where the code is coming from. And then there are going to be imports, like in program you see like hash include hash include dot something, and that includes some library into the into your program. So in a Go program, there is the keyword import, and then you can specify what libraries you want to import into your program. So in this case we are importing fmt. Fmt stands for format, and it, it just contains the basic functions like print and stuff like that. So after that, there is the declaration of main function. So that is pretty similar to what you have in the C language. So there is a main function, and then after that you can uh, write your application or write the code in the main function. So over here is the main declaration for the main function, and then the body of the main function. And over here we have just a single line that is telling us that is our main application. In this case it is printing a line. So let's just run the application, and over here you can see the output. The program exited, and the output is hello playground that we entered in the println uh, call. So let's take a look at how all of this works. So first of all, let's take a look at comments. So to add single line comments, just when you just add two backslashes, and this is a comment for defining import. And if you run the program, you will see that the program is working as it's intended. So we just added a comment on line 3. And the another thing that we can see over here is like the import parameter is like in an array. So if you want to import some other libraries, you can just go press enter over here, and just import any other library you want to import over here, so you don't need to type import again and again. So that's pretty handy when you're importing large amount of libraries into your code. Then another thing that you might be seeing over here is like the tab section over here. So this is particularly familiar for the developers that develop applications in Python. So Python is a tab sensitive language, so Go language is not so strict about tab formatting, but it is recommended to do tab formatting. Like if we remove this tab over here and just click on run, the application will perform as it is intended, but it is recommended to do tab formatting to keep your code clean. And there is this format button over here, and if you just click on the format button, it will automatically add that tab back into the code. So that's pretty handy. So over here, if you want to add multi-line comments, what you can do is backslash static and then static backslash, and you can add all the comments over here. And if we run the application, as you can see, the comment didn't affect what the application should output. So that's how you add multi-line comments. And another thing over here is like uh, the if you press enter over here, if you have worked with Java or C++, this should work like a function or main function declaration. But what happens is in the case of Go, if you run this application, this code, you will get an error. That is because Go automatically has Go has some functions built into in their compiler. So what it does, it adds semicolons after every line, so you don't have to add semicolons. So if you don't add a semicolon over here and move the body of this function onto the next line, the compiler is going to think that the line 13, the function main, is just another command on the in the code, and it is not going to be treated as a function. So it is going to add a semicolon over here, and what it does, uh, it ignores the body below, which is related to the main function, and it just throws an error that this function is not having a body. And the next error that we see is that there is a body, and but there is no function declaration over here. So if we just backspace it over here, and the function and body, the function declaration and the first curly bracket of the body should be in the same line. And if you run the code, that code is now going to work properly. And the one other thing that Go particularly implements is, if you are importing something, you must use that import within your code. So if I comment this fmt.println on this line and run our code again, so you can see there is an error that the fmt was imported but not used. So you are going to face a lot of errors like this in when you're coding the application. So make sure what you import, you must use that import in the code, or if you are not using that in your code, then you should remove that import from the code. So that's it for this video, and I hope you learned something. And do subscribe to our channel, and we will be covering more stuff related to Go language. And subscribe to our channel, like, and press that bell icon to get notified. And thanks for watching.